Se llama Pablo Picasso, un artista español. Él es de Málaga en España. Es talentoso, artístico y creativo. Le gusta dibujar, escribir poemas y esculpir. Estudia a Picasso conmigo. Pablo Picasso was born on October 25, 1881 in Malaga, Spain. His full name actually consists of 23 words, all based off of a list of his saints and relatives. Picasso is a natural-born artist. In fact, his first word was pencil. This sort of foreshadows all the amazing things that he will soon accomplish and who he will turn out to be. Growing up, Picasso was a child prodigy, and he finished his first painting, Le Picador, when he was just 9 years old. After seeing the incredible talents of his son, Pablo's father gave up art, but not completely. There are paintings by his father that were completed later on. His father was an artist, art teacher, and a museum curator who began teaching art to Picasso when the boy was 7 years old. Although Picasso was a brilliant artist, he was only a mediocre student with low grades and was often punished by his teachers. However, he was accepted into a fine art school when he was 13. Also at this age, Picasso had his first exhibition at the back of a small umbrella shop. Pablo's mother was also an artist. He was the eldest and only son with 2 younger sisters, Lola and Concepcion. Pablo Picasso's first recognized painting is called The First Communion and was conducted as academic work when he was 15. It is quite an understatement to say that Picasso was just a painter. He was also a sculptor, ceramist, poet, playwright, and set designer. As a poet, he wrote hundreds of poems. He helped invent the modern collage and is the world's most prolific painter. Experts believe that in all of his life, he produced about 147,800 pieces, consisting of 13,500 paintings, 100,000 prints and engravings, 300 sculptures and ceramics, and 34,000 illustrations, an impressive 78-year career. Because of all of his beautiful artwork, many people have stolen these pieces. In fact, his paintings were stolen more than any other artist in the world. Today, there are over 1,100 of Picasso's pieces that are listed as lost or stolen. However, shockingly, he was once suspected of stealing the great Mona Lisa painting. Police believe that Picasso and his poet friend Guillaume Apollinaire were the thieves. The most expensive piece of art in the world ever sold is by Picasso. The 1995 painting Women of Algiers was sold in 2015 for $179.4 million at an auction in New York. He was the director of the Prado Museum in Madrid from 1936 to 1939. Picasso was also the first artist to receive a special honor exhibition at the Grand Gallery of the Louvre Museum in Paris in celebration of 90 years. He loved animals and had a mouse, a turtle, a monkey, and several cats and dogs. Picasso had many relationships throughout his life and married twice. Along with these many animals, he had 4 children with 3 different women. His iconic white shirt was part of the official French Navy uniform and had 21 horizontal blue lines representing each of Napoleon's victories. Picasso had 4 main stages of art, including the Blue Period, the Rose Period, the African Influence Period, and the Cubism Period. During his Blue Period, almost all his paintings involved the color blue. The paintings were depressive, representing the hard times that Picasso had during the beginning of this new century. Throughout the Rose Period, he painted some paintings of circus performers. The mood and colors of the paintings have changed drastically throughout these first 2 stages. For the African Influence Period, he spent several years exploring African art. Picasso painted works heavily influenced by African sculptures such as African masks and abstract African men and women. African art gave him the inspiration to break all convention and excel beyond his artistic competitors. During Picasso's Cubism period, he was alongside Georges Braque. At first, society didn't accept the paintings because the women in it looked scary and hardly realistic. Another important art stage of Picasso's was his Surrealism Theory. During this stage, art was characterized by dreamy depictions of figures with disorganized facial features and twisted bodies. It is emphasized by an unnatural palette of bright tones and clashing colors, as well as a skewed sense of perspective and a contrast between organic and geometric. One of Picasso's most famous pieces of art was his painting called Guernica. It shows the tragedies of war and the suffering it inflicts upon individuals. It is his most powerful political statement and was painted as an immediate reaction to the Nazis' devastating casual bombing practice on the Basque town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. During the German occupation of Paris in World War II, the Nazis banned the display of Picasso's paintings for not following the guiding rules of art. Once, when a Nazi officer saw Guernica, he asked Picasso, "Was it you who did it?" And Picasso is said to have responded, "No, you did." Pablo Picasso lived a great life full of accomplishments. He died of a heart attack at his home near Cannes on April 8, 1973. Picasso will always be remembered for his beautiful paintings and the interesting life he lived.